That smells good. What are you eating?
This here's Chinese takeout. I got me the most authentic Chinese food from VIP Chinese restaurant on Princess Street. That way I'll be used to Chinese food before going on exchange to Shanghai. I got me some spring rolls, chow mein, and sweet and sour chicken balls.
That's not really authentic Chinese food.
What's that now? Now what did you learn about Chinese food while on exchange in Shanghai?
Well, Daryl, for starters, China is a pretty big country with a lot of people coming from different ethnic groups, cultural backgrounds, and histories. Also, the climate differs a lot from north to south and east to west.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with food?
Well, it means that different regions have different foods because they have different natural resources.
Alright now, can you tell me more about them different regions and different foods?
Of course I can tell you more. Let's start with Zhejiang and Anhui since they're close to Shanghai, where you'll be studying. Zhejiang province has a long coastline, so it's no surprise that its cuisine features a soft, fresh flavor and specializes in seafood. Anhui province stretches over many geographical and cultural regions. Its most famous cuisine derives from mountainous zones and offers a wide variety of mushroom crops and local herbs and vegetables.
Well, that's really cool and all, but I'm going on exchange in Shanghai. What kind of food will I find there?
To be honest, you'll be able to eat everything in Shanghai. Anything you can imagine.
Well, there are some things I don't want to eat. I mean, I heard once the Chinese people eat crazy stuff like chicken feet and scorpions.
That's pretty culturally insensitive, but you do raise a good point. Coming from a Canadian background, it is hard to see why every part of the chicken has to be served in a restaurant. But we need to remember that like everything else we've learned in Devs, context is very important. Using the chicken example, the entire chicken from its beak to its feet is served because it's related to the Chinese saying for having a good start and a good finish for everything one does. And in terms of scorpions, I only saw street vendors selling those at popular tourist destinations. So maybe they're just playing the Chinese people eat everything card to get some money out of you.
Oh, that does make sense. I mean, I'd be guilty of cultural supremacy if I judged Chinese food without trying to understand its cultural and historical ties. Besides, if I can stomach McDonald's Chicken McNuggets, I'm pretty sure I can digest anything. Speaking of McDonald's and Western food, will I find any of that in China? Will I be eating rice for every meal?
Yes, Daryl, China has McDonald's and Western food. And no, you don't have to eat rice for every meal. In fact, there's a KFC around every corner in Shanghai, and Western-style cafes and restaurants are common too. However, remember, the best food for your dollar will be local restaurants. When I was on exchange, some of my favorite things to eat were hot pot, baozi from the baozi lady, and make your own noodles.
Yeehaw! That sounds great. I can't wait to go on exchange and eat all that food.
Okay, Daryl. Just don't forget to put everything you experience into context before you compare it to things back in Canada. And remember, this isn't China, neither is this. China is more like this.